so eager to kind of get to that stage. And it was frustrating me that my friends had boobs and they had to shave their legs. And I remember saying to my mum, I really need to shave my armpits. And mum's like, well, show me. And there really wasn't necessary. I remember in gym class, people being like, so, you know, do you wax or shave? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know, I don't do anything. So I had tiny little blonde baby hairs then. And then suddenly it just happens. Like, and then you become just like, you're just not a girl anymore. It's really funny. I remember wearing a bra and it was just kind of empty because I really didn't have any boobs when all my friends did, but I used to wear them anyway, these enormous padded bras with it was just basically a nipple in it. So silly. My granny took me to go and buy chicken fillets when I was 8 in this enormous department store, I remember, and I got home and my mum unpacked my case and she was like, what are these? And I was like, well, Nanny bought me chicken fillets to pretend I've got boobs, and that was when I was 8. It's funny looking back at it now because I'm so open, I tell her everything, but I was so embarrassed, it was just like such an awkward topic, and she went, you know about it, don't you? And I went, yeah, obviously Mum, I don't want to talk about it, and every time she tried to bring it up, I go, no, obviously, because I was so embarrassed. But it, you know, thinking about it now, how silly, why be embarrassed? Like, everyone does it, and it's so good to talk about it. It's a weird one. I was a real bookworm when I was younger, and I used to read these Anthony Horowitz books. And they then made it into a film called Stormbreaker, and Alex Percival was in it. And oh my God, I fancied him so much. Still. Like all of his Instagram, doesn't go away. Oh my God, it was the guy called Ben. I remember my best friend, she kissed quite a few boys. I remember thinking, right, George, get your ass in gear, you've got to do it. And I still bump into him now, and we still laugh about it. I always say, you were my first kiss, and he says, you were not mine. My girlfriends and I were obsessed with this film called Crossroads, and Britney Spears was in it. And she sings this song in it, and it's, you know that song, it's I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. It's literally the soundtrack to me growing up. I used to have these little crop tops and these little skirts. My favourite set was a pink gingham combo, and I felt so sexy in this thing. Why? I don't know. But it's actually, maybe it's all come full circle. Now it's all cool again. I get really tense and anxious, and like everything's really sore, and I'm just like, right, come on. And when it comes, I'm actually a bit relieved. I've suffered terribly. It started quite late for me, but when I was about 17, I got the worst spots. I still get them now. I mean, guys, I was so nervous about coming. I had the most, it was a boil, an enormous boil on the end of my nose. And thankfully, I kind of picked it off, and I don't know how I covered it up, but yeah. So to this day, I struggle, and it gets me down so much. Like sometimes when I have to go to filming, I think I would give anything not to be going because of my skin. I mean, it's got a bit better, but now I've got the scarring, but it's definitely to do with my hormones. I'm the worst with food. Like, I eat so much crap food all the time, but it just heightens when my period's coming. I crave really, weirdly, not sugary stuff. It's like really stodgy food, like pizza and paninis, things like that. So bad, but you just gotta give what the craving wants. You've just gotta give it. I still don't understand my body. I think it does get a little bit easier as you grow up because you're used to it. But for me, like my periods can be, you know, sometimes it's like 2 weeks off and 1 week on, and I'm thinking, what is wrong with me? And I've just been through a breakup. And this sounds so bizarre, but you know when you're really emotional and something shocking happens, like a breakup, it made me come on my period, and apparently it's quite common. And for me, that blows my mind. How can me going through a breakup make my period arrive 2 weeks early? It's crazy, but our bodies are amazing, and how like our mind is connected to everything. I can still not get my head around it, but I think you've just got to try to understand as well as you can, and just, it's natural, you know?